welcome back to my channel. This is my second pregnancy update video from weeks 25 to 30. I can tell you already that a lot has happened in the last 5 weeks. Just a heads up though, there are some TMI topics in here, so please be aware, I warned you. Again, if it is a long video, I am sorry, but you know, there's a lot to cover. So week 25, this is a hard topic for me to talk about as it is a little TMI, and I even still feel shy talking about it to my doctor, but I feel like if I'm going to be completely honest with you guys and raw, I cannot leave it out. For me, one of the toughest things that I've suffered through so far throughout this pregnancy is constipation. I had a bad case of constipation starting around the 25th week, and it has gotten a little better, but around that 25th week was the worst. So I remember in that week I had gone 4 days without doing the number 2, and on that very 4th day I had a very bad stomach ache, and I knew I needed to go to the toilet, but I just couldn't. Every time I did go to the toilet, whenever I felt better, I would leave the toilet, go lay down, but as soon as I laid down again, my stomach ache came back. This happened about 5 times in an hour. I finally had enough. I just sat there, tried to get it out, and when I did, let me tell you, it was bad. It hurt every time I lay down the next day. Let's just say I'll leave it at that, but it was horrible. So what I did to help with constipation was I drank prune juice, 1 cup daily. Ate a lot of pears and kiwis because we looked up on the internet and they said eating pear and kiwis and drinking prune juice help. So by eating pear and kiwis, apples, drinking prune juice, that did help me for the rest of the week. But let me tell you, up until week 25, this was the most painful feeling that I had gone throughout this whole pregnancy. My whole life I thought I had suffered from constipation before, but no, I can tell you my whole life I've probably never had constipation till now, and I wish to never be constipated ever again. Anyways, moving on. I think that's all the gross part of this video, let's hope. Hey guys, how are you? Today is 26th of September. It is a Wednesday. It is currently 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. I'm up this morning to go do my glucose tolerance test. A little bit nervous because this whole pregnancy I've been craving a lot of sweets. So glucose tolerance is like where you test to see if you have diabetes or not, pretty much. So yeah, follow me. So I just finished my glucose test. It was a horrible experience. I felt so sick. I had to do 5 blood tests. Did I do 5? 4 on this arm and 1 on this arm. It was horrible. I was starving and they made me drink this it was like a cordial, but a lot stronger than cordial. Yeah, so I was starving and then they made me drink that, and when I finished that bottle, it was like a 500ml bottle, I would say, maybe a little bit less, maybe 400, I'm not too sure. Yeah, so I had to chug that down in like 2 minutes. He gave me 5 minutes to drink it, but I just wanted to get it over and done with. So first I went in, I had 3 blood tests on my arm, and then he made me drink the cordial and made me go outside, sit for an hour, and then come back, test, do another blood test. So that specific blood test there was meant to show the highest signs or highest level or something. And then after that blood test I go back out, sit for an hour. I sit for an hour, and then after an hour I go back in, do another test. So if the levels go down, then I'm fine. But if it stays the same or goes up higher, then something's wrong there. But I'm so sore. Yeah, after that 5th blood test, I was out. Felt so sick in there, honestly. Such a bad experience. I mean, I know, like, I've watched videos on YouTube and everyone's like, yeah, it's a pretty bad drink, doesn't taste that great, but I'm like, oh, I think I should be fine because I love like sugary drinks. But that was just over the top. I could, just thinking about it makes me want to puke. But yes, all done. Hopefully, fingers crossed, get good results. Don't have to do any more tests because, oh my gosh, I have to go through that again. But if I do have to go through that again, I'll make sure I eat a lot the night before so that I'm not hungry like today. So I inserted a little clip that was week 26 where I had to do my glucose tolerance test. As you can see, it was horrible, but I have to do it again in 2 weeks time, but we'll get to that later. Yeah, so around the 26 weeks, things I remember 4 weeks ago, I remember around this week I was super emotional. Things that I would normally say like oh to would now make me cry. For example, when watching movies and there was a sad scene, I would never cry. But this time when I watched this fishing movie with Anthony, there was a sad scene in there and I just started crying. Yes, it would make me sad before, but now I just sit there crying and felt really upset about it too. Like I would somehow relate myself to that specific scene. Then there was another time where I was feeling a little upset. I tried to keep myself busy by playing games on my phone. Then Anthony came out of nowhere and asked me if I was okay because I looked down, and then all of a sudden I just was in tears again. So it was this very same week that, I don't know, this specific week I felt super emotional, but it wasn't just that week. Moving on, like weeks, I think around week 27 or week 28, even this week I feel pretty emotional. So it's like I said in my last video, it's like a roller coaster when you're pregnant. Always up and down, up and down. 1 minute you're happy, next minute you're in tears. Moving on to week 27, not much happened in this week. Constipation started acting up again. Called up my GP. He said to stop taking Elevit because that could have been the cause from the constipation. So I stopped taking Elevit from that week. Yeah, once I stopped taking it, went back to normal. So I just stopped taking it for about a week or two, can't remember. But yeah, not much happened in week 27. Week 27 was fine. I think I was pretty busy that week with some family issues, so yeah, not much I can remember from that week. So now moving on to week 28. Week 28 was when I had my second midwife appointment. At this appointment, my midwife told me that my iron levels were low, and this was most probably because I had stopped taking Elevit the week before. So the midwife prescribed me with some iron tablets, which was the Maltofer oral iron tablets, this one here. My body didn't react so well to this. I think the iron concentration was way too high. I remember the first night I took, I'll show you. Oh, you can't see it. I took a whole pill of this the first night and I vomited it all out. I felt really sick, really nauseous in my stomach. Was not feeling it. So I thought it was just the food that I ate. So the next day, I took another one, same thing happened. I didn't vomit though, but I felt really sick, really nauseous. So Then on the third day, I only took half a pill. Third and fourth day, I took half a pill. I wasn't as nauseous or didn't feel as like tired, but I could tell my body wasn't reacting too well to this tablet, this Melda-4 iron tablet. So I went to the pharmacy, told them what I was experiencing, and they said, yeah, no, that's not meant to happen. My body's probably having a bad reaction to the pills, so they gave me new iron tablets. Actually, I called up my doctor first and I told him about it, and he said he prescribed me with a new one, and this is the one he prescribed me with. Ferriaf-tab. Yes, that I think I've only taken this twice, but so far so good. Nothing, I haven't felt sick, haven't vomited. But yeah, so my iron levels weren't ridiculously low. I mean, she said it was just slightly under, but to be safe, my midwife told me to, you know, start taking iron tablets because the baby needs it. If the baby needs it, I'll do it. Also in this week, week 28, Anthony and I had to do our whooping cough vaccine. So we went to our family GP, got the needle injection. Anthony was pretty sore straight after he got the needle. I mean, I felt fine. I was like, weak. And then little did I know it hit me later. My arm was achy for about 2 days, whereas Anthony hit him straight away, but it went away by midday next day. But yeah, my arm was so sore for about 2 days. I couldn't even lift it up. It was that achy and sore. But yeah, that was the whooping cough vaccine. It's not compulsory that parents have to do the whooping cough vaccine, but it's there, it's provided for you. Mums get it for free, so you know, why not get it? And Anthony had to pay, I think, $60. Yeah, the father doesn't get it for free, but I will. If it's not gonna hurt my baby, might as well do it. Week 29, that was last week. Not much happened this week. However, I did notice that baby's kick starting to get a lot stronger. I also noticed that he likes to roll over to one side, so especially my right side. I noticed that because when he does move to the right side of my belly, it bulges out. So, and the left side feels soft and cushiony, whereas this side was very hard. You know that the baby's there. But yeah, it's not a good feeling when he does that, because it feels like all of his weight is on there, and I'm like, oh. I mean, he's got to do what he's got to do. Likes to roll around, then can't stop him. We also started our baby shopping this week. I'm sorry, not this week, last week, week 29. We started our baby shopping. So we went to the Red's Baby demo day. So the Red's Baby pram demo day. I was really happy with it, and I really liked the Red's Baby Jive too. So we bought that on the day. Hasn't come yet. It's been a week, exactly a week today. Hasn't come yet, but excited for it to come. I'll probably do a separate haul when all the baby stuff does come, but yeah, that'll be in another video. We also bought a cot and a capsule. Is that all we bought? Pram, cot and capsule. Yeah, we bought all of those last week. 3 of those costed us just under or just over 3K. But that's alright. All for little one. I know most of you are probably asking why we, you know, left it till so late to get. I mean, I haven't gotten anything. My room is still exactly the same. Still mine and Anthony's room. Nothing has changed. Nothing, no baby anything in this house. Only baby clothes. That's it. So the reason why is because Anthony's parents didn't let us buy anything early, because she said it's, you know, Vietnamese superstition, it's bad luck if you buy all the baby needs early. And yeah, I don't know, I don't understand it. But last week I had enough. I was like, you know, I'm at almost 30 weeks and we haven't gotten anything yet. What if this baby boy decides to come out early? You know, what would we do then? So he finally gave in and we went to buy the cot, the pram and the capsule. So now we are at 30 weeks. That is this week. This week hasn't been the best for me. It was a very scary week actually. To start the week, we had a little scare. I had some water leakage. And the first thing that came to my mind was, my water broke. That was literally the first thing that came to my mind. Because I've had like urine leakage before, but it was every time after I cough or sneeze. But this time I didn't cough or sneeze, I was just walking. It was after dinner, I was just walking to get some bubble tea, and all of a sudden I felt like a gush of water coming down. I was like, I got I got pretty nervous, pretty scared. So luckily we were only about 5-10 minutes away from the hospital. So we popped into the hospital. I gave the midwife a call first, of course, and she said, yeah, come in, they would need to examine and check to see if my waters did break. When we got to the hospital, we had to wait in the waiting room for about an hour. Apparently it was a really busy night that night. I remember we heard on the PA, code blue, something emergency room. And all the doctors and midwives ran past. It was really scary actually. So yeah, we waited for about 45 minutes to an hour. I've got footage of that night, so I'll insert it here. Hey guys, current situation. I'm at the maternity assessment center at my hospital just because water was gushing down that area. So I think that my water broke. I'm currently 30 weeks and 1 day, so called up midwife, called up the hospital, and they just told me to come in for a checkup. So pretty scared. They're just assessing the baby movements right now, and then she said she'll come back in 20 minutes to check to see if my water did break. So yeah, it's currently 10 o'clock. Fingers crossed water didn't break, but feeling pretty nervous. Baby seems okay. He's been moving around a lot. That's him. There's Anthony. I don't know what it could be, but it's the first time anything like this has happened. I've had pee leaks before, but only when I sneeze or cough. But this time it was when I was walking out of the restaurant, because I just had dinner. I was walking out of the restaurant, and then all of a sudden I just felt water dripping down. Not dripping, like rushing down. There was a lot, like my whole undies was wet. But I had second thoughts, like I doubted myself, like I said, oh, it could be piss, but it's never a lot like that before. Just had my test, all good. My water just didn't break. It was probably just water leak, not water leak, pee leak. But because she did say that the head was right here, so the head was probably pushing against my bladder too hard or something. So yeah, but how they checked it was she put up this tube up my vagina, and if it was wet around it, then she knows that the water water break, but it wasn't wet at all, so it was pretty uncomfortable. Like, I was in pain. She said that I would feel no pain, but that was a lie. Apparently I was bleeding a little bit. I didn't see the blood, but Anthony saw. But yeah, all good. We're just monitoring the baby for another 20 minutes and then I should be good to go. Yes.
How are you feeling?
Tired. It's baby boy Kiki. He's moving around. Oh my god. It's 11:45 and we're still here. We've been here since 8:15. So as you can see from the clip, we were there till pretty late. Didn't get home till about 1:30, 2 o'clock. The doctor had told us to come back in 2 days to do an ultrasound because she had a feel of the bump. She was a bit worried that little Bub's growth was a bit slow. So on Wednesday we came back, did the ultrasound. They were taking measurements of our baby and one of the things that they look at was the head circumference. This estimates how well the baby is progressing and then they match it up with other measurements. From what we saw, baby's measurements puts him at around 33 to 34 weeks. However, our little one is only 30 weeks. So we were able to confirm that baby is definitely not a little one. They then measured the amniotic fluid around the baby. The doctor explained that the normal range was up to 20. He's kicking. The amniotic fluid around the baby, my baby, was 21. So it's, you know, a tad higher. Although I've done my glucose test and everything came back good, however, the doctor explained to me that the high amniotic fluid could be linked to diabetes, so now they're making me do another glucose test. Dreading the day. I have to do the glucose test in 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm a little worried, but just to be safe, I have to do it. Yes, one thing. I found out that I've been suffering from heartburn way before today. I think it was from early second trimester, I believe. I never knew it was heartburn though because I thought heartburn had to do with, you know, your heart burning. But yeah, it's really just the burning feeling in the chest, throat that happens after you eat and lasts about minutes, for me several hours. Get really bad heartburn. You get this taste of like a hot, sour tasting fluid at the back of your throat and it like comes up and you feel like you want to vomit it out but it won't come out. And then when you try to burp, like vomit sometimes comes out. It's pretty gross, but yeah, I get really bad heartburn. I haven't told my midwife yet because my next appointment with them is in 2 weeks. But I've read online heartburn is totally normal in pregnancy. They say, old wives' tale, they say if you do suffer from a lot of heartburn, baby will have a lot of hair. So I don't mind suffering little heartburns here and there for my baby to have a lot of hair. So that's it of the my pregnancy update from weeks 25 to week 30. Okay. Time to show you my belly update. Oh yes, since the last video, I can't remember what I weighed in at from my last video, but currently I am 54 kilos. So from week 0 to now I've gained 10 kilos, 11 kilos. Yay, the joy. Anyways, my belly gone a lot more pointy and round. I have an outie now, don't mind that. But yes, got that line. that's it, baby boy. I've got a lot of footage of baby kicking at night, so if I find a good one, I'll insert it here for you guys to have a look at as well. But thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed my video. Till next time.